Whole fucking world is vibration. You need to fall in love and understand the law. And the reality is how things work. And vibration is how things work. So it's all the vibration that you're creating out of your approach to the moment and the relationship you have with that object, if it is objectified as such mannerisms or is it subjective as a playground. The mud puddle. You got to start seeing this, kid. Because if you bring this to the idea, this outlandish, insane idea of playing with, let's say, owners of companies and getting them to change their whole modality in one fell swoop, that all of their CEOs and administrative bullshit people that have worked arduously on their degrees and their hours they put in of hard work for some pompous idea of some outcome that is a prideful badge, then they're going to get an enormous amount of resistance and feedback from those people, almost to the point of insanity. But of course, you will see that it plays out just like your reality, because you are proof pudding that it works, my friend. So you understand that this arc right now is going to be your means of operation. So you have to do one thing, nothing, and this information will come. So you get together and you start playing on this mud puddle, and you start to muck things up and put things together. But you can't quite finite it enough. But if you play long enough and not fucking do anything, have no objective, everything starts to take form. And it does. It comes in and starts to translate. And in the meantime, your efforting mind doesn't need to get the information on how it works, because your intuitive mind tells the efforting mind how it works, because you're God that's creating that. So, of course, you know everything about it. But if you are efforting it, then you can only translate that vibration as the effort equality. In other words, what you know is the only way you can make it fit into the known, and everything else you diminish and chip away that beautiful thought and make it into fucking nothingness so it can fit the flat. Okay? Or if you allow ability, then the arc of the now just starts to whisper to the idea of the conscious mind and say, here you go, here you go, here you go. Ah, that's how what we'll do.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So when that is presented by an individual mind, the mass collective catches up to it. So you light workers are just generating an idea of interest, if you will, to the collective of humanity, to have them understand the possibilities of what lies before them in this now, called the crystalline world, if you could. You can have information exchange, you can extract it, you can store things in it, as not only, let's say, information, but also energy. You can use crystals as batteries, if you will, and you can take them in power machines because they are accelerators as well, if it's properly, let's say, polarized in the eye of induction and exduction, if you will. Induction from what you call the etheric idea. The mass horizon, and then pushing the unknown light into an accelerator crystal that pushes it out in what you call emitting eons, or rather ions is your referenceable in your mind, but it is different truly. But it is that, and that of course will only lead to, let's say, excitement for the mass collective, and then becomes more and more generative interest in which has a desirable outcome, and then humans find a new shiny thing and start playing in the sandbox, as you've seen what they've done with computers.